Like, live again, please. Alright, apologizing for that. I don't know what just happened right there, but it seems like, I don't know if that was just because someone shot, or if because they were just gonna restart already, they decided to shoot at each other. That was some really fast deaths right there. And this time, we don't see terrorists lagging behind. Everybody's lined up here, ready for the knives, and chaos is breaking out. No clear victor right here. It's 3v3, 3v2. Oh, counter-terrorists cleaned it up in the last second right there. Some nice right-click backstabs going on there in the confusion. Nice job right there. And it looks like Never Say Die are going to be able to keep their position on CT side. That's not usually how you want it to go, but we'll have to see how strong MasterBaiters are. Wow, that's an awkward sentence just to say. God damn, I hate this team name. Excuse me. This is a team name it's a troll team name. It's here to bait me out, guys, and I can't help but laugh at it. It's ridiculous. There have been some funny team names all over though in this tournament. This tournament's had some funny team names I've seen in the bracket list at least. And it looks like we are ready to go live, and we're gonna be starting up now, guys. Again, like I said, Never Say Die. Server hosted in MTS. I don't know if it's necessarily hosted in MTS, but we are definitely sponsored, and this tournament brought to you here today is thanks to MTS primarily, along with a few other sponsors here today. And yeah, so that's definitely our shout outs. MTS doing helping us out a lot to make this possible, as well as the ESL guys here. They've done a fantastic job of setting this up and adminning, being admins for these servers. And nice modern hunter knife here. Crimson Web of all things as well. That's how you know things are getting serious, guys. Whenever the high quality knives are coming out, whenever you see the high quality knives, you know things are getting serious. And here we go. Counter-terrorists are stacking mid, they're pushing B at the same time. They're going to be doing a full pressure play, and it looks like they've actually managed to avoid each other for the most part, as all the terrorists are working their way down A here. One of them gets picked off by Reflex, nice headshot coming in, but they've lost complete control of A side as the terrorists are going to be working their way in now. They catch one in Graveyard, and they catch Bomb Planner, but Bomb Planner's gonna have to rechange his location, but he does manage to get bombed down. It's a 3v4 situation here. It's still winnable for the terrorists, and Reflex, he's coming in along with another teammate here from another angle. Meanwhile, they're pressuring apartments at the same time. Reflex goes down, and now another CT goes down in sight, and this turns into the T advantage very quickly, in which a situation it shouldn't have been, really. Terrorists, it was a 3v4 retaken advantage of counter-terrorists, but the terrorists just doing a great job up there in apartments, making sure to get the trade out and managing to hold sight fantastically. That ended up hurting Never Say Die. They tried to get the surprise play and just do a pinch pressure by coming in from banana and middle at the same time. And I'm not sure if I necessarily even agree with that strat from the get-go, primarily because CT pistols have a much higher damage ratio from long distance. You usually want to just sit in mid and pick away from afar with two players. You don't usually want to start pushing and getting up close like they did there. You usually want to hold from car as well at B and again get that long range shot. And yeah, I'm glad to see that you guys are interested in ESL India to see what they can bring here. They're just getting started, guys. So to see this level of gameplay from the get-go, to see this level of gameplay to start from, I'm really excited to see what India has to offer. And it's already been confirmed on HLTV. I don't know if you guys have seen that we will be seeing an Indian team in the professional tournament upcoming in Germany, I believe, actually, the $250,000 tournament. So that's going to be the most interesting thing for India, absolutely. Besides this tournament right here going on. And it's not just one tournament, guys. I feel like I've repeated this 1,000 times now, but I gotta remember, people keep joining up here. A lot of noise going on here in mid, but it's mostly just Commander. And I don't think I introduced all the players here, which I like to do here. But there you go. Commander should get a free kill right here. It looks like he messed up his shots there, and he's just gonna run away because he knows how powerful the CZ is. He's going to step back and let the CTs come to him, trying to catch them off guard, making him think he's rotated back into B side, as Underdog does manage to take down Power there. They do take B side, but not before losing a lot of players. It's all on Hellranger right here. He takes down two players. Nice headshots coming in, but he has to get this bomb plant. He's trying to bait out a CT player with his bomb plant, and they turn this disadvantage into an advantage with some brilliant side holding. But Poker right here, he has a great job of taking B side as both these players are low. He does manage to take them out, but they're both below 10 HP, and Guinea ends up getting the first shot here on Poker. He ends up going down, and like I said, oh no, oh okay, there we go. I thought I couldn't bring up tab here to read out the names here. I just it's kind of just a nice little touch, I think, to read out all the names at least once. So for Never Say Die, we have Poker, Krish, Reflex, Anicle, and Power. And for Masturbators, we have Guinea, Hellranger, Bleh, Commander, and Hakuna Matata. I'm assuming Hakuna Matata is what it's short for, or what he's shortened it there for. And now there we go. We do see the push coming up mid. Smoke comes down so that they can push porch side and all the way into truck on site. As a player goes down an apartment, that's the last thing you want to do in apartments, is get aggressive when they're taking a site. It's great to have a CT player up in balcony of apartments there to just shoot from behind and be the thorn in the side. But he ends up going down in apartments, and CTs are left to retake here from not really useful angles, to be honest. It's going to be a difficult retake, especially here on pistol round. They're mostly just saving, and it looks like they're not going to have too much of a problem here. T's are going to be... No! Anakill goes in there for the AK kill. He tries to push up on porch, but there was a player waiting right around the corner, and he just happened to bring out his flash as he turned that exact corner, which was unfortunate as he goes down. And now it's up to Krish right here. No, Krish gets spotted as well. Hakuna Matata looking straight at him. He sees that gun, or that arm sticking out from the corner, and no CT player is going to be able to save that round for any weapon that they could have been able to potentially. Should have pre-fired. Well, pre-fire, the only way you can pre-fire, unless you have hacks, is if you actually know the player is there. If you're pre-firing all the time, you can put yourself in a risky situations as you're upsetting your recoil. So there's a lot. I'm just highlighting one aspect. One aspect is when you pre-fire a corner and a player isn't there, you're then forced to flick around and look in a completely different direction. But at the same time, your recoil is going to be absolutely heinous here. And now we do see our first player fall here. That's going to be Commander going down to Anakill, who picks him up in apartments. That's going to turn into a 5v4 as terrorists have no map control right here. They're going to be just holding mid here, but a CT could be pushing down T apps and getting a lot of information if they wanted to. However, I'm not necessarily criticizing them for not doing that, as it's risky to do so. You bring yourself away from a site a little bit too much, and you open yourself up to a lot of weaknesses, and especially as you make the rotation time to be a lot longer by doing so. And here we go, terrorists. They've confirmed what they're doing. They throw their smokes, they throw their flashes, and they're entering into B site now. They managed to take down one CT player, but there's another one here. Hellranger, he's going to try and stand up to him, but it doesn't work in the slightest. They take down the rest of the 4 CT players upon entering site, and that is the first round here for the counter-terrorists. And that round is the first buy round. So things are going to be a little bit interesting here, as Never Say Die do pick up the first buy round. Masturbators are going to be forced into winning this round now if they want to continue buying. Otherwise, they're going to be forced onto the save round next round. We'll have to see what the response is. Meanwhile, it looks like we do have an AFK player. No, a disconnect player. It looks like terrorist players just have no luck in this game, as that's the second disconnect we've seen on T side so far. Hopefully he'll be back shortly, and they will pause at the beginning of next round. We do not. I don't think you don't usually pause in the middle of a round. It's just not something you do. Plus, spawning and all that kind of stuff, forcing spawns like that can cause a lot of problems for a server. As we do see a player go down here. That turns it into a 5v3 at the beginning of the round, and it looks like our player has reconnected. Doesn't take nearly as long as last time did. So we will be ready for next round from the get-go here. As Poker engages in mid, they're getting a little bit confident here, but after that engagement, they smoke it off, and Never Say Die, I mean, they're showing me they have the patience to win this match, no matter what it takes. Even if they're confident in their skills, they're not going to be giving up any unnecessary rounds. A CT round is crucial to act on here. You really don't want to let the terrorists get away with some some crazy round numbers like we saw last map actually in the other semifinal match. And here we go, Reflex, he's right around this corner waiting behind the bush. Will he get spotted by Hakuna Matata? No. Yes, he will, but it doesn't matter. Reflex lives up to his name here, as he does have the reflexes to take him down. And now he's going to take down another 2 players as the terrorists line up for him. He sprays them both down instantly, and in a moment's notice, that round ends. And that is an easy round indeed for Never Say Die. And now here we go. Like I said, the terrorists are forced into a save round right here. They're going to be picking up some P250s and CZs. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, to see so little CZs. And we'll see what they can do with what they have. Maybe there is a chance for P250s after all. If you're a little bit new to CSGO and you didn't know, did that grenade really get stuck in between the fence post and the railing up there? Wow, that grenade. Oh, well, it actually did great damage still. It did knock 60 HP off of one player and 25 off the other. And there you go. Together, these 2 CTs at B, they look like a fearsome duo as they managed to take down all 5 together with only 1 casualty, as the rest of the CT players were rotating. They weren't even necessary. Only 2 players to take down the 5 saving players. Never Say Die have 4 oppers? That is an interesting thing to hear. They must be a truly fearsome team on Mirage and Inferno then. Mirage, more interestingly, because I've actually seen a 3-op strat that works on professional matches. And I say works, but I've only seen it in 1 match, and in that 1 match, it just happened to have worked out for them. So 1 map isn't necessarily enough to conclude that on. But in the 1 match that I have seen 3 ops, it definitely did work to the enemy team. And if you have 4 dedicated oppers, it sounds like Mirage might just be that match if they can figure out a way to use those 3 oppers confidently. However, I feel like that is overkill, even if the map does support it in a specific strat. It's a little bit overkill that'll end up hurting you no matter how much you try to make it work. The Dongers being called out to cheer on this match right here. I'm sure the Donger gods will be pleased, but not in the terrorists here. It's all in the counter-terrorists. They're doing, like I said, they're very patient. That's my main surprise here. In the last team we saw in the semifinals, a lot of these matches were very quick, but Never Say Die, they're not ones to rush out here and just use their skill to their max here and just go for the aiming battles. Instead, we actually see 1 player here at B. He's going to be calling for a rotate, surely, as the smoke comes down. Yeah, he's going to be defending himself with a flash, trying to hold out any aggressiveness. And in fact, there's not going to be any aggressive play to be made here, as Hellranger just shows himself once. They're going to be pushing into A side, and they're already there. The retake is in order here as Anakill comes in. He does manage to take down Guinea with a nice P2K frag, and then picks up a Galil for the next kill. His teammate there doing a lot of work as Power finishes off the last player. No time. Hellranger does not actually die in that round, and it's very important that he saved his AK. Otherwise, he would have been on exactly 0 cash without even a weapon or armor. And now here we go. Hellranger, the only one with armor and AK. He's the only one who can really noticeably impact this round. We'll see if he can do anything. Poker getting flashed out at mid consistently. He's going to have to trade out places with another one of his teammates. That teammate being Anakill, who picks up a double kill and now a triple kill as the terrorist opponent is just standing open in mid. He tries to take down a player with 1 bullet in his magazine, but that does not end up working out well. He has to pull out his P2K to finish him off, and there goes MasterBaiters. They just end that round almost instantly. Unable to pick up even a single kill in that round. They tried to hold off against the counter-terrorist aggression, but the second they figured out that the opponent was on pistols, the pressure was way too strong. And now here we go. One of the counter-terrorists getting very aggressive in this situation. The terrorists, however, luckily not playing apartments that strong. They're not going to have to worry about too much from the enemy positioning. And it looks like Anakill, after his player showed himself, and took damage. He's going to back off, and now he should be able to catch Hakuna Matata off guard, but he's not pick up the kill. He managed to hit the head, but he does not manage to land the second bullet, or third bullet actually, that kills, as his second bullet went through the wall, takes him down to 6 HP, instead of killing like a 2-bullet kill, or like the M4 should do. It should be a 2-bullet kill, but that armor penetration was not enough to finish off the 20 remaining HP. And now Terrorists, they're in a tricky situation, but it is a 5v4 technically, and if these players can get a kill like Hakuna Matata or Blep before going down, that's all that matters. Get the 1-for-1 trade outs, and you're looking at a 2v3 situation with full life players, but instead, Poker picks up the first kill as the smoke goes down. He's in a completely different position. Terrorists entering sites with only 1 smoke and no flashes. Flashes coming in way too late, and it doesn't even blind Power. Guinea has to clean up that player, and Poker is going to finish off Guinea as he jumps at card right there. No problem at all for the counter Terrorists to defend B. Glad you guys are having a ball in chat. Glad you guys are enjoying yourselves. This is, I think ESL India's, correct me if I'm wrong, Lord Nod. This is pretty much your first official match here. Or not match, but like first official tournament going down here. So that's history in a sense being made. As again we see Terrorists, they just want to crack the code to B. They desperately want to get in here, and they just want B site. You can tell how desperately they want it with how many times they've tried to work this site, but it's just not happening. Never Say Die played this site so well. They defend, they get frags before Terrorists enter site, then they smoke it off, and they leave Terrorists in a terrible situation. As we do have a game crash actually right there, guys. Sorry about that. But Never Say Die, yeah, they're having a fantastic job going through this match with Terrorists just kind of suiciding themselves into B. We've seen actually some interesting strats develop because of this, because B site, some teams like Never Say Die just seem to impossible to be able to beat. So one of the adaptations that we've seen is where on B site you smoke off Fountain and you run yourself all the way around to arches from B. You smoke off Construction and Fountain, and that way you don't have to crack B code, the code, or necessarily to get into B. And here we go, I'm back in the match, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what caused it to crash, and it looks like the match did pause for me. So thank you if you did pause it for me. I don't know what happened in that situation. And yeah, there we go. Just slightly distracted right there. Back to streaming though. Yes, I am ready. They did pause it for me. I'm feeling the love. Thank you so much for that, guys. Making sure I don't miss any action. And it looks like Never Say Die did pick up another round here. And what I'm talking about, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the most recent strat that we've seen come out is you have a smoke land in these two positions. It's a 3 smoke strat, so essentially the same one that you would see over here at A. It takes 3 to execute here on A. In A site, but you'll have 2 smokes land here at Fountain, cut it off, then you'll have another one. Oh my gosh, a lot of action. Never Say Die, they're getting really confident. They're taking down everyone on this pistol round, and Commander's the only one to pick up a kill here, as we see him use that CZ to its fullest. He picks up 2 kills and still has 12 bullets left. He's going to look for that third player, but he's only shooting at feet in that instance, and it's just not enough to beat the power of an M4. Nice job there from Commander, but it's not enough. And if you look at the rounds right here, Never Say Die, all their players grouping together here and doing damage, and it's actually the same for MasterBaiters. They're all doing consistent damage, but it's just not enough to break through the offensive, and it's just not enough to win them rounds here on T side. But they have some more rounds to go through, guys. With a team like this, they could potentially only need 5 rounds here on T side to have a good footing here for CT side. And it looks like we're just going to have quick action. I really want to describe this recent developing strat here for you guys, but it looks like I won't have a chance, as Poker picks up a nice op kill here in Apartment, takes down a player instantly, and now it's up to Power as he catches a player in Mexico. Or Underpass, I think, is another international name for it, but it's commonly referred to Mexico here. Maybe Tunnel. Tunnel might be another international nickname. I think there's 3 or 4 nicknames for that, for this location here in Inferno. And there you go, Poker picking up another kill. Someone decides to peek him in mid. Looks like Terrorists are not learning their lesson here. And I think Bled needs to step up his opping here and needs to pick up some kills. But it looks like Commander's going to be the one to do it instead, as he picks up another kill on and a kill. He's going to go for Poker as well, but Poker comes in with the CZ pistol, excuse me, takes him down in an instant, flanking him in A. And Bomb is actually sitting here in middle. It should have gotten spotted as it was dropped right there. Nobody's in B site, and Terrorists have no idea about that, actually. They have no idea that B site's so open. And A Terrorists, you know, I'm not actually going to argue with them here to put both CTs here in A. They caught one player in mid, and now they're going to be rotating over to B, but it's mostly important. The reason I'm not going to get onto them for watching B side as long as they did is not just because they weren't watching mid, but because they were trying to stick together. If you're in a 2v1 situation, guys, keep it 2v1. Don't split your players up and make it 2 1v1 situations. That's how the 2v1 clutches happen. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the commentary. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the match. Never Say Die, they're definitely looking like a dominant team for sure, but it's not necessarily as impressive as Virtual Impact just yet, because this is CT side. This is an easy side to, you know, kind of run away with. You'll see it happen on CT side more often than you will on T side, and I feel like they're playing stronger opponents as well. If you want to give credit to Never Say Die, I feel like MasterBaiters is actually a pretty strong team here. And no, Krish, he turns around at the worst time possible. I don't know what he was doing, but he ends up going down because of it. And yeah, there we go. It's now a 3v4 situation. Terrorists looking like they're ready to gear up for an A take as Poker gets flashed. He goes for the timing on the op shot, but no player comes out of balcony for him to land it. And yeah, I'm definitely seeing the key things here. Like, I'm seeing the smokes in mind, the flashes in mind, these pre-prepared spots that really just destroy competitive teams here. And there you go. He is going to spot his first player at A, and now they're going to spot all 3 pushing into A site. And it's all down to reflex. He manages to pick off 1 player, but that's not enough. It leaves Power in a 1v3 situation, and now he's going to have to clutch a very difficult situation as he has to retake A site. It's a big site to retake, especially if you're going to do it slowly. But he goes down instantly to Bleh. And Bleh, I don't know how you want me to pronounce that username, but pronounce it however, I guess. It's going to change a little bit every time I say it, I think. It's just kind of one of those usernames that's it's just kind of satisfying to say. And wow, look at that. Flip knife stat track. 402 knives kills on that stat track knife, in fact. That's even more impressive. But here we go. MasterBaiters, have they finally gotten a hold of their footing right here? They've picked up a round finally here on the T half. Just one more, and I'd say we have a great chance for MasterBaiters to come back into this game on CT side. I don't think they can be counted out of it just yet, and especially while we have 2 more rounds to go through here. And now the first kill does come down. It's Blech going down first as Terrorists work their way up in apartments. Like I said, Blech, his name's going to change every time here for me. And there you go, Hellranger evens up the odds, making it a 4v4 situation. And now Krish, he's going to take a little peek in apartments, but he doesn't get ballsy enough to turn the corner. He knows a player's coming in on him, and his player, he's looking at pit instead of looking on balcony where the CT player is. CT player takes him down, looks directly towards boiler room, waiting for a simultaneous push to come out, but that's not even going to come or happen as terrorists look like they're ready for a B push. Are they going to rotate? No, Power doesn't call for the rotate. They split up their players here in this situation with 30 seconds on the clock. All they need to do is deny a bomb plant for just a little bit longer, and they have the nades to do so. Use your flashes. That's all I'm asking for in this situation, as Commander has his hands on an op. He's looking for the player to come out in this situation. He does spot him. There you go. Krish goes down and leaves it all down to Power. Again, we saw him fail the 1v3, but can he do the 1v2? Especially against Commander sitting up in a graveyard right here. He's getting left alone, but it doesn't even matter. He'll take the 1v1 situation like a man. And he takes down his opponent, no problem at all. 9-5 as NSD pick up another, or no, excuse me, MasterBaiters pick up a round right there. Commander doing a fantastic job for his team. As you can see him pulling away here with 12 kills. And even though he's a 1-to-1 ratio, on score, and you might think, oh, that's terrible. It's good in the sense that he's picking up rounds, and we can see who the dominant player in this match is for sure for T side. Who top scorer in T? There you go. Excuse me, I haven't really shown off the scoreboard here for very long, and I'm gonna, as it kind of hurts commentary. It's hard to commentate while you have a scoreboard over the screen. But there you go. You can see the CTs again. All the CTs are contributing to their team. There's not one noticeable player. Okay, sure, Power should be pick up a few more kills if he wants to catch up to everyone. But I think he's not low on kills because he's the weakest link. I think he's low on kills just because there's not too many players running to B towards him anymore. He got those first kills at the beginning of the game when they were running themselves into B time and time again. And I just want to mention, guys, now that we see the switch up happening, Terrace going towards A side a lot more, have you noticed they picked up another 2 rounds? Because I certainly have. It looks like I said before, there's this iron wall for CTs here at B side. They know how to defend it perfectly, and MasterBaiters just don't have the strats to break this iron defense. They can't crumble this brick wall, and they don't know how, but this might just be the opening they're looking for if they're ready for it. If they're comfortable with B takes, it is a 1v4, it will be a 3v1 situation. They've got to hurry, though. Here comes Reflex rotating in. Karambit in hand. He's in position. He needs to get smoked off right here, and then they can keep the 1v3 advantage. Underdog, he tosses the first smoke. They're waiting for the second smoke. He thinks it's a flash. It doesn't land in time. He pushes through the smoke, and all the players are going down right here. But Reflex, he actually doesn't catch sight of the player that matters. The last player there, not the player that matters, but the last player, but it doesn't matter. Poker manages to get him with good spray through smoke, and that's going to be a 10-5 halftime. It's not necessarily over for MasterBaiters. We'll have to see how well they can defend on CT side and see if they can put up a solid defense that threatens NSD's strong CT side. I'm not saying it's an even match, but I am, and I definitely will say that NSD have a good advantage here. And a lot is going to be determined by this pistol round right here. If MasterBaiters can't pick up the pistol round and they can't pull away with the 3 victories after the pistol round and get themselves in a 10-8 situation, it's going to be looking very grim for them. And that's actually a really bad start as 2 players go down immediately. They do manage to even it up, though, as they pick off players in mid. But here you go. Krish comes in with the flank. You saw him going through tunnel right there, commonly referred to as Mexico. Let me know if you have a different name for it in India. He does manage to catch a player off guard, but he does end up going down, leaving his team in a 2v3 situation. They're waiting for the A plant, but here you go. Here's the call out. Bomb plant gets stopped, and that's the most important thing right there. Bomb plant is still not down. Never Say Die. They've kind of let this pistol round get away from them. To be honest, they really had an easy pistol round before them, but they've kind of fluked it now. And especially as Reflex fails to manage to get that close range Glock frag right there. He needed to open it up with that kill right there, but he doesn't manage to, and that gives the pistol round to MasterBaiters. They're gonna hopefully follow it up with 2 more round victories, as you're supposed to be guaranteed after winning a pistol round. The pistol round in halftime or first round. So we will hopefully see a much closer match here, starting on 10-8 before we see the first half buy here. Alright, the buy zone does come out for the Terrace. That's actually really interesting. And a Galil on top of that. Most likely because they got a lot of frags with their Glocks. They're very comfortable doing so. No, they're going to full buy. They're going to go for a victory here. They're feeling really ballsy in this situation. A great grenade comes in. And now with the M4 in hand, how much damage can Hakuna Matata do? He can pick up 1 kill. Meanwhile, it's going to be Hell Rangers picking up a 3K to defend here at B. And now Hakuna Matata rotates through construction and picks up the last kill, being a 3-2 split between his team right there. MasterBaiters doing a great hold right there, especially since Never Say Die did buy in that situation. They spent a lot of money. They wanted the victory there. Not just wanted, they needed the victory there because they spent so much cash. And now they're going to be on another save round. And I'm not even sure if they can buy next round, even if they get a bomb plant, which they're not guaranteed to get a bomb plant. It's looking like they might have cost themselves 1 extra round than necessary, to be honest. You know, if that pistol round was a little bit closer and it was a bomb plant going down and they just didn't manage to get the defuse or whatever, or they just didn't manage to hold the site after a bomb plant, and they managed to pick up, you know, 4 kills on the CT side, I'd say, yeah, sure, okay, maybe go for a buy, you know, the money's going to be pretty well split, but that's not the case at all, and I think they forced up without much of a chance here between weapons, and here we go, Poker, up on balcony, helping, he's got power to help him out, they do manage to finish him off, but now Poker's going to go down, leaving in a 3v1 situation, actually, NSD doing a lot of work with less items here, they've had a more successful round, to be honest. It's funny how these things work out, isn't it? Just being more aggressive can turn out to be the easier way to win a round sometimes. Especially when you change up sights here. And there you go, MasterBaiters, they do clean up the rest of the round. They haven't thrown away any pistol rounds here. That's something key to see for sure. To pay attention to for sure. If there was an eco upset here, I think it would be pretty much... No, actually, there's enough of a... Never Say Die do need to get 6 rounds, and there's enough of different, there's a big enough gap there that it's going to be a little bit difficult for Never Say Die to close that gap, even if they did get an eco round upset. I don't think that, and now the pressure is on Never Say Die to win their first buy round here. They'll be on another save round if they don't. That's pretty obvious as we know already, and but despite that, on top of that, oh, look at the smoke right here, but I'm going to show you guys right here, this smoke at cart does not work necessarily anymore. You can be seen right there. You can be seen. You might be a little bit hidden, and you might be able to win if you have good reflexes, but you're not 100% hidden in the smoke, if you guys know what I'm referring to. That has been completely patched, and it's not possible anymore, and that is not the same smoke that we saw back in February. That is a different smoke, but a nice smoke nonetheless to see. I actually haven't seen that cart tactic used since it was patched out back in March. I think it was officially patched out. And now here we go, CTs, they do manage to pick up a kill on Reflex, one of the more noticeable players here on Never Say Die, this match at least, even if he's, I don't know if he's one of the worst players. He's been doing a great job entering sites for his team here. And now CTs, they're going to have to defend here as Hakuna Matata is ready to push through smoke any second here. He's waiting for Hell Rangers to call for help, but he's not even needed. Hell Rangers making a perfect defense right here as he picks up a 3K, takes down all the players by himself, those 3 players. None of them able to get him, and there you go. It looks like we have some sort of bug. I'm not sure what kind of bug that is, but we might have a pause this round, or maybe it's just a complaint. MasterBaiters are doing a great job here on CT side, and even though we do have the team favored being Never Say Die, it looks like we may not see Never Say Die be confirmed to go into the finals. They're definitely not confirmed anymore. This is a close match and could swing either way as far as I'm concerned. Especially from what I've seen from the T side so far. I'm not nearly as impressed as I was on CT side. And there you go, a great grenade comes in mid, doing a lot of damage as the CZs roll in here. They're doing work. They do manage to pick up 1 kill. Guinea trading out that frag. And now the the terrorists pushing onto A site. They do not manage to take complete control of it, but they do pick up another kill here. And now they nearly pick up an AWP on top of that. Smoke coming down to buy them some time. And a kill. He's going to be looking for another frag right here. That smoke buying time. But again, they don't have a bomb plant. And now bomb goes down, leaving Anakill to clutch this 1v3 situation. He's got a silenced M4 in hand. And if he can stay hidden as long as possible, maybe, just maybe, he can make something happen right here. And with his 10 bullets, he does try to spray down a CT player, but he kind of messes it up right there. Reveals his positioning. And now, there you go. Hakuna Matata. A celebratory camera shake as he just lets his mouse go wild. Happy about winning that round indeed. MasterBaiters have indeed made a comeback into this tournament like they've gotten second wind or something. And there you go. Your incognito joke sneaking in there, guys. Have fun with that. 10-10 is our current scoreline, and boy oh boy, Never Say Die, they need to turn up the pressure here. MasterBaiters seem to have regained their confidence pretty much completely at this point. And now we'll have to see them mix, not necessarily change up their play in order to get some victories here on their side. As it's just been, for 5 rounds now, it's just been constantly MasterBaiters' one-sided game here. Krish, he's going to be the first person to open fire, really, on another player, at least. And not doing any damage, really, but nearly tapping Hakuna Matata down. Good wallbangs coming in here. And now Hakuna Matata, he's going to finally try and trade some shots here. And again, this is key right here, guys. The entire time while they're scouting out B, getting ready, even though bomb might be gearing up towards it, They already have Anakill all the way up here lurking, making sure that no CT player is going to be rotating, making sure that no player is pushing up and getting really aggressive and is going to catch them off guard here. And oops, that was a bad flash. Happens every now and again. And now, there you go, CTs get really aggressive. They lose their first player because of it, and that makes the second CT player here at Arches, that is bleh, the Opper, rotate all the way around to Arches, looking for his first victim, or should I say his first target to show his face, and that is indeed Reflex. But it looks like shot after shot, blech, is going to be missing one after another until eventually he goes down without even picking up a single kill. NSD, they just take this round with no, they take A site with no problems at all. 5v4, 5v1. There looks to be as if there's no hope for Hellrangers, as Hellrangers not even looking in the right direction as the terrorist comes thunderfooting out of a library. Excuse me, I had a mind blank right there as a terrorist player comes thunderfooting out of library. He's not even looking in the right direction and gets taken out very quickly. And that was the switch up. That was absolutely a round that just completely went in Never Say Die's favor. And I'm primarily going to pin that on two plays that happened. That was the first play that I'm going to pin that on is the player coming into apartments. He just randomly ended up charging in there, and it cost him his life instantly. The response from the CTs was nice to see the Opper go back a little bit and take a more solid positioning back here on this corner. That's a nice safe tactic to do. Unfortunately, it didn't end up being executed well, as he didn't take out the player on this corner, and he didn't take out any of the aggressing players pushing up on truck. So that just ended up costing them completely. And I almost want to say the major play was really on the mistake of this Opper right there. He needed to have landed his shots if his team were to have a chance here. And now, here we go. Counter-terrorists, they do pick up the first kill in this round as they take down one player. They take down Anakill as well, but Reflex finally gets the trade out. But now Reflex is down as well. It's a 4v2. What are they going to do to bring it back in their favor? There's still a few things they might be able to do. As a CT is rotating from B, no, the smokes and flashes coming out from the terrorists are going to indicate where to stand. And as they try and push through smoke, it's pure suicide, but not for Power, who walls apparently and lands the shot through smoke. Nice game sense coming in here, and he does know a second player is there and waiting for him. He's looking for the flanking player, but CTs do not play like that on this team. They all end up rotating from A site through Speedway and into B. But there's only 9 seconds left on this round, and now Power decide right here, are you gonna die or are you gonna try and... Yes, he is going to go for the death right before the timer goes out. And MasterBaiters, I actually would have liked to see them hold off a little bit on killing him. Even if you lose the weapons, making sure that the enemy player gets 0 cash and loses his weapon at the end of the round is absolutely devastating. And Squeaky Chair, if you want a signature that Walrus is your commentator for the day, it's got to be my Squeaky Chair, guys. It's so comfortable. And the chair is almost as old as myself. I think the chair is older than myself, which means it's probably, this chair is probably somewhere between 21 to 22 years of age. And yeah, wow, this is an old chair. No wonder it squeaks. Now that I think about it, it's been around in the family for ages before I was born. And yeah, here we go, 11-11. NSD, they managed to get that one round, but they don't manage to follow it up with another round, which means to me that they haven't really found out what worked on the one round victory that they had. And it's not necessarily a fluke, as you can clearly see they have the shot skill, but they're missing a lot of these 1v1 aim battles. And wow, 3 smokes coming down here makes waste all his ammo right there. And now he hears them running through on Arches. He should call it out to his team. He goes for the spray down, but only taps him down for 30 HP. And there you go. It's going to be the rotating CT coming in here as he's going to get pinched from both sides. He takes down Reflex, flicks to the other side, and now he's got to take down Anakill, and he does. Nice headshot coming in there. And now the terrorists do not get the wrap that they intended for, but they do lose B site anyway. It was all on Hakuna Matata, really, to guarantee that MasterBaiters held out their defense right there. As really just great job coming in there from Hakuna Matata in CT Spawn, doing a great job. Even though pinched between 2 players, he managed to get both of them. And now Power and Krish are going to have to stop the retake coming in here from B. It's still a 2v2 retake and a little bit in a CT advantage, but that advantage completely disappears as Krish picks up another kill for his team. Turns into a 1v2 clutch situation. And even though Krish even though Blech goes in for the retake right there, he tries to go in and ends up getting headshotted by the AK, which is an insta-death, of course, even if you have head armor. Unfortunately, that will end up in Never Say Die's favor. And now 12-11, Never Say Die. Have they done it finally? Are we going to see them pull away from this match with a victory? Or can MasterBaiters get a hold of their defense here after this eco round of all things and get back into this match? And if we see an eco round clutch, which we have an interesting setup coming up here actually, guys. If you guys don't notice, the Tower of Power has been erected from MasterBaiters. Oh my lord, I'm not even gonna start. Anyway, with that said, Never Say Die, they do manage to pick up the first kill here. There is no trade out. There's not even any damage noticeable here from the CTs. We're gonna have to see how those CZs fare. And oh no, as the first kill comes out, they call for the A rotation, but it's gonna end up costing them B side. Oh, Never Say Die have just made the biggest mistake of their lives. They could have had B site right there with no problems whatsoever, but instead, now they're going to give themselves a lot of problems as they try and take A site with 3 CZs on board, but it looks like that's no problem for them at all, as they take out the 3 CTs without even losing a single player. And a kill goes down to 14 HP, really low HP, but he doesn't die, and that's the important thing. He keeps his weapon, his armor, and whatever else he might have on him, saving as much as he can. And Never Say Die, it looks like they have found the way to be MasterBaiters here. They've indeed found where the weaknesses lie in these players, and now they're starting to exploit it. We're seeing some back-to-back victories, and now MasterBaiters, they're going to have to turn up the heat here, and they're going to have to show us that, you know, they're not to be messed around with, and that they have other play styles that can throw Never Say Die off guard. Because if they don't, I mean, we might just see their we're going to see their chance at getting into the finals end right here in the semifinals. Power needs rum and whiskey. Is that what fuels him? Is that what you guys are saying in chat? Power is fueled by the rum and whiskey, because that's one deadly machine if it's running off alcohol. You can ask any CS:GO player for sure. And what? Oh, nice block from the column there. Never Say was that Power? I think that was Power. Yeah, it was Power. Hiding behind the column only takes 2 HP damage because of it. And if you're wondering how to avoid those grenades that come in from CTs constantly in a matchmaking game, that's how you do it. Use the environment to your advantage, guys. And now Terrace, yeah, the way they've been cracking the code so far on the defense here for the CTs is to have been playing it very slow, and the primary reason that it's been working for their team. Wow, Hellranger going very low right there, down to 15 HP. He's going to rely on Hakuna Matata to hold off the rest of the B aggression here, but the primary reason CTs haven't been able to defend here is largely due to the fact that to defend against these slow plays is largely due to the fact that they didn't have an op, and it looks like they really needed one. Ops are great at picking up those players who like to peek corner slow, and there you go. Hellranger gets shot through coils right there, which leaves Hakuna Matata to make the defense with this FAMAS. Looks like he was forced into buying the FAMAS due to their eco round last round, and he does light up another player, nearly taking him down, but he does not take a kill away with him. No, he does not. These two players, they're going to be challenging, and Commander, oh boy, Commander goes down to a quick headshot, but Guinea quickly trades that frag out, leaving in a 1v2 clutch for Power. We haven't seen him clutch just yet, and he goes down to 12 HP, and then eventually does get finished off by Guinea. Or Ginny, I'm not sure what the pronunciation is there. It might be Ginny, after all. Let me know about that, for sure. And that's going to be another round for MasterBaiters. There we go. They even up the scoreline again, 13-12. They're not letting Never Say Die run away with this game and finish it off like they want to. Never Say Die, the noticeable team here. They were favored for this match, but it looks like we have some upcomers here. I don't think necessarily MasterBaiters is a random team, since you can see the sponsorship on them. Or, no, sorry, that was our last team that we saw was sponsored by Impact. But yeah, we can see some really, a lot of skill really coming out from MasterBaiters, and we can see a phenomenal job of defense here from them on CT side. Their T side was a little bit less, not negligible. They definitely did something. 5 rounds is doing something for sure. It's not what you want to end on, but it's not necessarily comfortable, but it's something you can end on and not worry that you've thrown the game. That much is for sure. And now here we go. Looks like Bomb's ready to head towards B. They're going to be using A as a distraction. Blah. Nice self-flash coming in right there. Pop flashing himself. End up being for nothing though, as the terrorists are going to be pushing into B side. It's all going to be on Hellranger right here as the 4 terrorists, excuse me, come rushing into A side. He's going to be called upon to defend against these players, but he doesn't even manage to take one player down, distracted by the player who wasn't even looking at him. He gets flanked from behind, and now Ginny, I don't know the pronunciation on that, if it's a G or a J sound. He ends up checking A, making sure that the bomb doesn't go, they don't get deceived, and bomb is actually planted at A. It has been known to happen here on Inferno. And wow! Reflex and Anakill hold that site beautifully. Anakill picking up a double K along with Poker that round in order to guarantee the victory. Never Say Die. They bring us oh so closer to match point as they are on 14 right here. They're going to tie point here. They just want one more round, and then they're going to have a lot of pressure fall off them. They know they can lose a couple rounds and still be okay, because they after that they'll only need 1 point to win. So this is going to be their try round. We haven't seen Ops too much here on T side, and it doesn't look like they need them here, guys. I mean, they played just fine without him, and here we go. It looks like it's going to be an aggressive CT round, pushing down Banana, waiting for someone to aggress them. He's waiting behind pillars, and he does get spotted here, though. That's going to be Hellraisers, who cannot manage to get away alive or do too much damage to the terrorist players. It's now left on a 4v5 situation on pistols. It's all going to be on Hakuna Matata, who ends up going down to 13 HP because of a wonderful grenade really dropping on top of him. He manages to pick up a kill, though, however, even though he goes down so low. And that's going to force a rotation as he ends up dying as well. But Commander, he realizes he thinks the bomb is going A, even though they have a CT player pushed up here in alt already. He can see no player there. And here we go, Guinea, he does manage to pick up a kill with that 5-7. And he does not go for the pickup. He's making sure that he stays alive with his 5-7, I'm assuming. And he's just making sure that he doesn't die in this round. They definitely want to go for the clutch, and the bomb is not yet planted, which leaves a lot of extra time for them to maneuver like this. And now it looks like MasterBaiters are going to go for the pistol pickup, or for the weapon pickup, but Poker is going to come here to defend it. He does hear him coming, but just barely. Faint footsteps in the background. Poker, he's going to be hunting down Guinea in the situation. He's expecting him to go to Alt A, and does Guinea know? Does he know? He hears the second player running out. And a kill. Did he not know that there was a player potentially in that position? And oh, but Guinea gets to escape through Mexico, the same location that his opponent got through. And now he has an AK in hand, but he shoots all around Anakill, and Anakill ends up taking him down. But Power ends up team fragging his own teammate, taking away $3,300 from himself, ends up leaving himself broken with no money to buy, or at least very little money to buy. And now here we go, Never Say Die, 15-12, the pressure on for MasterBaiters to push this into overtime. I'm going to assume that there is overtime, as since this is a tournament, not just a league match, there will indeed be a need for one decided team to be a victor to move on. And I'm assuming it will be an MR3 rule set. It may be MR5. If we get into overtime, we'll discuss that, and I'll contact the admins. 15-12 MasterBaiters, you can see the pressure's on them. They're playing very defensively. Commander, the only one with a CZ here, he's been pressured into it, and he doesn't even have much money for nades either. How much money? He might have bought one of his allies to make sure that they had a weapon, as he might be a strong player with the CZ. We do see the scoreline here. Look at this. We have Anakill and Poker just completely running away with this with the kills here at 24 and 22, as the other three players close in on 20 kills. They're actually tied nearly in deaths and kills here. And if you look at the CTs again, they're just so close together on both teams, to be honest. We usually see a larger divide here, but all these players seem to be of roughly skill on their teams, not not necessarily that the teams are the same skill level. And there you go. Looks like the smoke's going to come in for B. It's not gone off yet. I really hope they don't push a little bit too preemptively. And there you go. The smoke did not come down in the right place as the CT actually flanks them. Yeah, there you go. Never Say Die. They run into a blender and just get chop sueyed by a hailstorm of bullets as they go down instantly. That's going to be 15-13. MasterBaiters hold with a great defense one more time. I'm getting nervous here, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is getting a little bit nerve-wracking. And MasterBaiters are only 2 rounds from pushing this into overtime. I'm going to take a quick sip here. Get my voice ready. As I feel like we're going to have some rather nerve-wracking plays. Especially since it's all going to come down to next round. The terrorists on full saves on almost everybody. They're just looking for a bomb plant to get maximum nades here. As all they have are Glocks. They're going to be pushing into sight here against these terrorists right here. And blech, he's going to take them down. Most of them at least. Commander getting one as well. And now it's all on this rotating CT player to take down the last player. No, the bomb's actually going to rotate down the other path now. He picks up a FAMAS for himself, but there's no way he's going to keep it. He'd rather buy an AK for next round. And again, because they've lost this round, because they had to save, it's all coming down to next round, guys. Whether MasterBaiters are able manage to save themselves and save their spot for the finals and give themselves one more chance at getting in there. Never Say Die. Of course, they want to close it out right here, 16-14. As I called it, I actually called it in admin chat. I said this is most likely our game that we're going to see a 16-14 scoreline. And hot damn was I right. We've seen a lot of interesting things happen. We've seen some clutches. We've seen some TKs. We've seen some... no scopes was on the last one, actually. And now the pressure is on. Never Say Die. They're looking for that first entry kill. They want to get that first frag desperately. They want any sort of just confidence boost to know that they can win this round and close it out. They don't have to fight for overtime or anything risky like that where they might not end up winning. And there you go, Power. He's going to go for the pick right here, but I don't know if Power is the best player to put in this situation. They force a smoke out from MasterBaiters, but and this is just going to nail the time. And now, if you had any fancy strat that you guys have practiced the entire time, Never Say Die, this is the time to show us. This is the time to show us you've practiced for this nerve-wracking situation and you have a clutch play in hand ready to go. Commander tossing a nade as Reflex picks up that first kill that matters, forces one player to rotate from B. And here we go, the CT's in sight. It's going to be Commander pinched right here. He's looking at balcony waiting for a player to come out, but no player is coming out and 5 terrorists are all in sight as only 2 counter-terrorists are left alive. Can they get the kills that matters? These players are very low indeed and they're greedy for kills right now, and they're not going to be difficult to pick up. I wouldn't have been surprised if that Molly had picked up a kill on Reflex or something crazy. But no, another CT comes down, and it leaves it to a 1v5 situation. Acuna taking the peek on no HP. He's on 50 HP, but he ends up going down. Acuna ends up picking up the kill, taking down MasterBaiters, closing it out before we can get to an overtime, and that is 16-14. Never Say Die are going to be moving on to the finals and playing against Virtual Impact tomorrow. Same time, same channel, or excuse me, 8 p.m. I believe is the starting time in India. I don't know what time zone that is, excuse me, which is, it's rough.